Chapter 6431. Then, Luster continued to introduce. Among the 3 battalions, the 1st Battalion is responsible for mining, the 2nd Battalion is responsible for production, and the 3rd Battalion is responsible for logistics and security. The brothers you saw on the platform when you came are the brothers of the 3rd Battalion. They are mainly responsible for patrol and security. In addition, they are also responsible for transportation and loading and unloading. In addition, there are many brothers in the 3rd Battalion who are working overtime to rush to build a watchtower. This is also a requirement issued by the superiors, and we need to strengthen our defense. Charlie nodded and said, "Gather all the leaders of the 3rd Battalion and the 9 flags. I will go to meet Lilia first. After I deal with her, I will bring her to see you." Luster asked hurriedly, "Sir, do you not need the help of me and the brothers?" "No need," Charlie said calmly. "Her strength is indeed good, but she is not a threat to me." Luster clasped his hands and said respectfully, "There are more than 10,000 people here. And everything depends on you, sir." Charlie nodded slightly, and then said, "Drive to your office building." "Yes, sir." Luster agreed and drove back immediately. When the car arrived at the downstairs of the office building, Charlie used his spiritual energy to isolate the space inside the car and said to Luster, "You call them to the meeting room. But don't tell them anything about me before I show up." Luster immediately said, "I understand." After that, he said to Charlie, "Sir, I will take you to see the Deputy Minister Song first." Charlie waved his hand, "No need, I know where she is." After that, Charlie withdrew his spiritual energy, pushed the door and got out of the car. At this time, there were not many cavalry guards in the office building. Since the production was non-stop for 24 hours, except for a few people who were resting in the dormitory area. Most of the rest were at the forefront of the work. Only a few responsible persons were waiting in their offices. Lilia was in the office on the 5th floor at this time. Her office was divided into 2 rooms. The inner and outer rooms, each of which was nearly 100 square meters in size and luxuriously decorated. The outer room was mainly used for office and reception, while the inner room was a place for living, resting, and practicing meditation. It was also equipped with a complete toilet and bathroom. During the few days that Lilia came to Duke Mining, she worked and lived here. This office was originally prepared for special envoys. Every time a special envoy came, he would stay here for a few days. It was the best room in the entire Duke Mining. So Luster naturally arranged Lilia here. Lilia's real name was Ria. She just turned 24 this year. She was the first cultivator of the Song family in hundreds of years and the greatest hope of her family in hundreds of years. The fate of the Song family has been bound to the Wu family for hundreds of years, and the fortunes and disasters depended on each other. At first, they had a daughter who married into the Wu family and gave birth to offspring for the Wu family. Later, the warrior's den grew stronger and stronger, and the Wu family had more and more secrets. Victoria asked the Wu family to develop the family of marriage into a collateral family so that it could be permanently tied to the Wu family. Victoria's method of binding these collateral families was also very direct, that is, poisoning. As long as the collateral families were honestly attached to the Wu family, they could get a steady stream of antidotes, as well as money, power, and status. But if they dared to disobey the Wu family, the only outcome would be the extermination of the entire family. The reason why Victoria wanted to bind these collateral families was that as her life got longer and longer, the Wu family had more and more secrets, and in the future, the Wu family would become less and less suitable for casual marriages with other families from outside. The Wu family was Victoria's mother's family, and Victoria could not let the Wu family's incense be affected. So she instructed the Wu family to develop many collateral families like the Song family into breeding machines for the Wu family. According to Victoria's requirements, the girls of the Wu family must not marry and must serve the Wu family for life. And the boys of the Wu family can only marry suitable girls from the collateral family. For hundreds of years, the biggest task of the Song family has been to continuously send girls of the right age to the Wu family to marry the descendants of the Wu family. Since the two families have been multiplying synchronously for hundreds of years, the gene tree has long been branched out. So the blood relationship between the descendants of the Song family and the women outside the family and the descendants of the Wu family has long been negligible, far beyond the scope of close relatives marrying, so that the normal continuation of the Wu family's genes can be ensured. In order to ensure that the Wu family is provided with girls with good genes, the men of the Song family need to find excellent Chinese women in the outside world to give birth to offspring. And in order to protect family secrets, the men of the Song family are often top scumbags. They will use fake identities to talk about love and marriage with suitable women in the outside world. And one day after the other party gives birth to their children, they will disappear with the children. If it is a boy, he will be brought back to be trained as the new generation of the Song family. If it is a girl, she will be trained completely according to the preferences of the Wu family. If she is selected by the Wu family and marries a man of high status in the family after she grows up, she can bring more wealth and opportunities to their family. If she cannot be selected by a man of high status in the Wu family, she will inevitably marry those male descendants who are not valued or even despised in the Wu family. After all, even if they are male wastes in the Wu family, they are still members of the Wu family. The Wu family cannot let them be bachelors for their whole lives. Even if they have no future, they must at least have a family and offspring to give an explanation to their parents or even grandparents.